to another episode of Living Room Wisdom, where your story is your glory. I am Patrina Wisdom, author, speaker, and creator of the Pure Abundance Retreat in Belize. And today I get the honor and pleasure of interviewing this beautiful woman, Miss Empress Raw, otherwise known as Wilameana Jones.
Yeah, but you gotta say Jones.
Wilameana Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, a little swag with it. I get it.
How are you?
Yeah, and her company is Hidden Gems Media. So I'm really excited to dive in. We actually met at an event, and I was sitting next to you, and I just loved your whole swag and everything you had going on.
Yeah, shout out to them. Divas don't do drama.
Yes, Divas don't do drama. Yeah. So I want to start, before we go into the business stuff, because it's easy to default into the business, I want to know, who is Empress Raw, a.k.a. Wilameana Jones?
Well, I do a lot. I wear a lot of hats. I like to say creative marketing, but I'm heavy into the media scene, the media world. Like you said, I have a company, Hidden Gems Media Group. I also work with MMG and Rick Ross.
Hey, okay.
The biggest boss.
The biggest boss. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been working with them since like 2016. Digital marketing, contests for artists, for the fans, and just a lot of different things. It's so funny because I'm not used to people interviewing me, because I usually do interviews. So that's something also I do. I interview artists, entrepreneurs, straight raw in Wilameana's world. So.
Wow, I love it. So you have a whole body of work, but it's all the foundation of everything is in media. So where did your love of media start?
It actually started I started off as a rapper.
I'm gonna have you spit, right? I gotta have you spit. I'm sorry, a little freestyle. I used to have my day with a little bit of freestyle too. I don't know if I can still do it, but
yeah. So that's how I really got into music scene. Like, I was into music. I used to write music first, and then I started school at FAMU, and then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, because I wanted to get more into the music scene. And so, I stepped out on faith. I was like, I want to work with Outkast. And so I ended up getting an internship with them, and that kind of like changed the course of my life. I moved away from FAMU, from Florida, and I started going to Georgia State University, and that's where I studied journalism and PR. So I'm doing all of this, Mr. Wilameana Jones and everything. Like, I used to have the perm, the long fingernails, the color contacts.
What?
I was like a real city girl at first, and then I moved to Atlanta, and it was like the rebirth, like the birth of this new person, which was Wilameana Jones. I went natural. I cut the weave out. I started this whole,
journey.
Right. And so from there, working with Outkast as an intern, I was like, I know, like, I want to be in the music industry. So I was up there in Atlanta for a while. I was doing the music, making a buzz, learning about PR and all of that. So I started marketing myself. And on the internet, that's how I got my following. A lot of people thought that I was like signed to somebody major, but I just understood early how to market myself, to make myself look, bigger on the internet. And that's how it started. My MySpace following was big.
I remember MySpace. I still have a page.
And then it fell into Twitter and Instagram. And then basically I decided that, once I finished school, I wanted to come back to Miami, and everything that I learned up there as far as networking, as far as performing, I just wanted to come back to Miami for my own city to see what I was doing.
This area.
I'm from Miami, but I was in Atlanta, and that's how I was making a buzz, like, as far as my music and everything. So I was like, you know what, I want to come back home. I saw Ross was doing amazing things, DJ Khaled, like, we had a whole movement going in Miami. So I was like, I need to go back home. And when I came back, like I said, I was pursuing being an artist. So I started going to like the underground radio stations that was really popular back then. And eventually somebody at the station was like, why don't you get a show on the radio? And I'm like, a show? I'm a rapper, don't play. Like, and it was like, no, like, you should try it. And I did it one time by default, like somebody got suspended at the station, and I was there, and they asked me to jump on air, and it went really well.
Wow.
So from there, I created a show, and with the show, I realized that a lot of the artists wasn't getting a lot of love, as far as like you could not hear an interview from a local artist really on the mainstream station. So that became my niche. Like I started interviewing all the artists like as they were coming up, and so my show got more popular than me being a rapper.
Right.
So that's how I ended up being into journalism and media, and then from there I just started covering events, throwing my own events, interviewing all kind of artists, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and I used to make all my artists bring Bel Air to my show. So I kept tagging Bel Air for like years, till finally I did a photo shoot for them and it went viral.
Okay.
And so when that happened, Rick Ross was like, well, who is this girl who has a show in my city? And that's pretty much how he found me, and he just started following me, seeing what I was doing. Then he pursued me and just asked me, what all do I have going on? So
yeah, I was kind of wondering when you said that you were in Atlanta and then you came back to Miami, because you saw that all of these people in your city were like coming up.
Right.
I was wondering if you already knew each other.
No.
Okay.
I didn't know him, but I knew different people like around his situation, like DJ Sam Sneak, because I used to do music with his brother. A few of his artists, like I knew them. We worked together before I started working with him. So when I came around, it was kind of like they were asking about me. Well, who is she? And they were all vouching for me. So
got it. So what made you want to get into journalism? Because you went to school for it. So even though in your heart you were a rapper, you know
what happened? I had a 6th grade teacher who went around the class and she was telling everybody, like, you're going to be a doctor when you grow up, you're going to be a lawyer. And she told me, she was like, you're going to be a news anchor or like a journalist. Oh, wow. Yeah, and when I went to school, I was just kind of like, what do I want to major in? And then when I, researched communications, journalism, I saw. And then when I look back on my life, I was like, since elementary school, I was like the girl that was doing the morning announcements.
Okay.
The person on the loudspeaker telling everybody the activities after school. So it was like something that kind of
was naturally.
Your gift. Yeah, I was already doing it before I realized it, and then I look back like, wow, I really kind of been doing all of this like my whole life.
I want to shout out the teachers, because teachers often see in us what we don't see in ourselves, right?
She planted a seed.
Yeah, she planted the seed, and then that's something that you were able to nurture later on in life. So that's fantastic.
Yes.
But when you were the 5-year-old Wilameana Jones, what did you think you were going to be?
A dentist.
Really? Okay.
I just said I wanted to make people smile. I always remember.
Oh, that's sweet. And you're actually doing that, but just in a different way, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. So what is it exactly that you're doing for Rick Ross? What you say, the big boss, the biggest boss?
More in the area of like media relations. So if we're out, I'm going to make sure that whoever is taking pictures, they get in contact with me. I'm getting their best pictures for him. While I'm around, just getting different content to post when I go to the concerts, different stuff. Just, capturing viral moments and digital marketing, basically.
Okay. So you're kind of his social media team, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Awesome. And so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I don't know, because, God is the greatest. So it's just like the way that you see where I started off, I said I was a rapper. I had no idea I was going to be into media and working with, MMG and stuff in the future. So for me, it could go from anywhere. What I really want to do, I also in my company, I do like artist development.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
Yeah, so working with the biggest boss
for
my city. I want to get into like developing the next biggest artist.
Okay.
It don't necessarily have to be from my city, but it would be nice if it could be, someone from here. That's what I really want to do. I want to get in my A&R bag a little bit, help an artist get major. See my company growing bigger as an artist development company. I could possibly going to the executive route or, you know, the talk show route. So.
Yeah, you do have kind of a big market that you can play in because of your gifts that you have and the skills that you have.
Right.
But do you ever think you'll bring out Empress Raw, the rapper?
Oh, no, that was my former life. No, that was my former life. That was fun, but it was just like, to really keep, what people don't understand, to be an artist, you think it's just a lot of fun and games. Right. It takes a lot of work. You have to spend a lot of money to keep that image up. You got to have money for marketing. So it's way more than just making music and just, you know, dropping on Instagram. So yeah, I was spending all this money in doing that, and I realized as I was doing that, I was like, wow, you know how many people don't have a bio, a press kit, a website, a logo, and then I started providing that service.
So it was almost like you were placed in that arena to learn it and experience it so that you can help cushion somebody else's journey.
Yes.
Right? That makes sense. And it led you to what seems to be your true purpose, your true, like, superpower in the world, which is the marketing and the media piece.
Yes.
I love that.
Agree.
Yeah, cool. All right, so now's where we go a little deeper because I love to find out who is behind the business. And I'd love to find out, again, we're Living Room Wisdom, where your story is your glory. And I would like to know more about the journey and the challenges that have gotten you to this place or that you've experienced along the journey. You're a young Black woman in media, which I know you probably have a million stories, and I'd love for you to just share a little bit of what that looks like.
Basically, especially because I'm not going the traditional route, especially with the way I'm set up with my dreads, my locks, and everything. It wouldn't have been as easy for me to get on the Channel 7 news. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to create my own path, even though I had a degree, even though I had experience, you know. Unfortunately, it's like they're just now starting to accept the whole natural, you know, being on the big screen or in front, you know, mainstream. So that's a challenge. Dealing with the men in the industry where they try to abuse their power, or sometimes I feel like they're intimidated or threatened by a Black woman with power. And so that could be a challenge if you let it, you know. So just being strong enough, having a thick skin to where it's like you pretty much got to be tough like one of the boys to roll with the boys.
Yeah,
you know?
Sure.
But still vulnerable and soft enough to be the woman behind the scenes making it happen, like you know we do so well. So it's been challenges and obstacles with anything, but the best part for me is making my own lane, making my own route, doing my thing the way that I want to do it. I find a lot of freedom and it feels great.
Well, and you're opening doors for other women that want to be in that space.
Yeah, that
look like you, that have natural, right?
And Ross told me that. He said it was very important to him that, you know, we see all type of examples. And he was like, he saw what I was doing and he loved it and he just wanted to help me. And so I feel like that's dope too, because I can be myself. I don't have to change my image or try to be something that I'm not. I could just be me doing me, and I like it.
And obviously something's working. You being you.
Yes.
I love it. And so it's one thing to kind of break into an arena and, you know, push and work and do what you have to do, fight your way to become successful, whatever that means to you. But what is the why? Like, what keeps you going? Like, why do you even do this? You know?
My favorite part about interviewing people is to hear their story.
Yeah.
I think it's motivating and inspiring. I want people to be able to tell their story because it's important. You can just look at social media and you feel people living their best life, but you know, you don't know the challenges or the struggles or whatever that goes behind that. And for me, a lot of artists, like I love the underdogs because, you know, I feel like I could spot the talent before. Like I had City Girls very first interview. A lot of different people from my city their first interview, and they've gone on to do like great things. And so for that to just show the next new talent that's coming up, it's important to me. I feel like everybody deserves to like have their voice heard.
Yeah. So. And you have such like Miami pride. You know what I mean? You're like, my city. And where does that come from?
I don't know. I think you're just supposed to love and rep where you're from. Like, ooh, I just love it here. I mean, the weather is beautiful. Yes. Our slang, the way we do what we. I just love being from Miami.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Have you lived any place else besides Atlanta? No. Okay. You're homegrown. Like this is it for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about. I'm always really interested to hear. Because it takes a certain level of courage, takes a certain level of tenacity and resourcefulness to rise, especially in the entertainment industry, entertainment and media. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about kind of your background, maybe how you were raised, and some of the examples that you saw that maybe drove you to become who you are today.
From very young, my father always used to blast music in the house. I come from a Jamaican upbringing, and so it was always reggae music, Bob Marley, Marvin Gaye. Yeah. I mean, Isley Brothers. Like, so I grew up just listening to a lot of music. And funny enough, I have 2 older brothers, and they were into music. One like played more instruments. My middle brother, he's actually like a reggae DJ, so he plays like on the Best of the Best concert and different events like that. So with him, he used to have a show. He interviewed like Jamaican artists. He was on the same station with DJ Khaled when Khaled was coming. It was called Mix 96. So just seeing him in that light, I have to big him up,
Yeah.
Seeing him do his thing is like I started doing that, but on the underground, scene. So he's into the like reggae Jamaican scene. I'm into the like Miami music on the other side. So I would say definitely my background. It was always music. Saturday morning when we cleaning up, my dad got the music blast. My dad used to be a DJ too, matter of fact, a little bit. So I think it's just kind of just like
in the blood. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how many siblings do you have?
2 older brothers.
Okay, so you're the youngest?
Yes, baby
only girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, spoiled a little bit.
Loved.
We like that. We like that better.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So here's what I want to do. I always like to give lessons and like action steps, right? For somebody who might be out there, some little girl who's looking to get into media or break into your industry, or just step in and open some doors for somebody else, and maybe a career or a just some sort of a position, maybe even in corporate America, that they're not used to seeing people like them, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe they don't have the confidence to fully show up as themselves. What would you tell that person?
I'd say that you have to believe in yourself, self-love, really step out on faith, trust God. That's how I've been doing it. I would have the wildest thoughts, or I'm going to work with Rick Ross. I'm going to work with Outkast. And, my friends would be like, oh, yeah, sure, you're going to do this and that. And anything you think about, you can really manifest it. So if you really believe in yourself and what you want to do, you just work hard at it, and you can manifest it.
So those were actual intentions for you. That didn't just happen. No, that was something you wanted.
I wanted, something I knew, something I said.
Yes.
I believe in vision boards. Every year I have my team, before the year starts, we'll have like a little vision board gathering. I've been doing that since like 2016. And I really just seeing my vision in front of me. I love dry erase boards. I set my goals. I set a lot of intentions. And before, people started using words like manifestation, I didn't even know what that meant, but I was doing it. So I really believe in that. And just, having a deep faith for me, I trust in God, and I pray a lot, and I talk to him about what I want to do. I write my goals, I write my vision, make it plain, though it may tarry, shall come to pass. So I've been doing that for years. Yeah. And so now I've just been seeing, like, wow, things that I want, I pray, they're like manifesting, and now it's even in double time. It's going real fast, lightning speed. So
do you keep your vision boards? Do you ever go back? I'm weird like that. I keep them all.
No, they're on my wall in the office right now. Okay. I have several of them on the wall. Then I keep them like for the new year. I keep them right next to my bed. So when I wake up, the first thing I see is my vision board, my dry erase boards. And so even when I'm not, subconsciously, I'm always
creating it. Yeah, I love to go back to my vision boards. I've started though taking pictures of them because I just have too many. I'm almost 50. I have a lot of vision boards, and I love to go back and look and be like, oh my God, that happened. Oh my God, that happened. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I have that car. Oh my God, like all of these things. It's so fun. There's so much power.
I love erasing my board after I knocked off my goals, so it's now time to make new goals. Like, and don't get comfortable. Never get comfortable. True. Never be complacent. Never just feel like you've arrived. Like you always got to keep that hunger. Like, I want to do this like it's day one. So that's important, because sometimes too you can get lazy and complacent, and that's where you start messing up. So yeah, you got to stay focused and never get high off your own supply, meaning like don't feel like you just made it and the work is done. No, it's always more work to be done. So definitely.
So do you think you'll have a family, or are you like
that's
gonna
next
rule
for me.
The world? Because what are you? You're in 30s?
Yeah. So I feel like that's next for me. Like I just want to establish for myself what I wanted to do. I just recently bought a house. Woo-hoo.
Hey, I think I saw that. I was celebrating with you because you have baby 1, 2.
No,
you don't have any babies. Okay, that was somebody else. Okay, she's like, no,
not yet. But
I saw that you bought the house. But okay,
yes. So
that's
I just
awesome.
wanted to thank you. I just want to be able to like have myself established to a certain point, and then when you come, you got to match that energy or something. But I just wanted to position myself first before I had a family. Do everything I wanted to do. Try everything. Go after my goals, my dreams. Like, I date and everything in between. But it's hard dating, being in this industry. And it is, because a lot of guys are intimidated by, I'm around millionaires all the time. I'm around. So if your bag is not really matching that, then sometimes I find like, they have a problem with that. Or at first you meet them and they have you on this pedestal and they treat you like this, and then after a while it's like they start belittling you. They start
out of insecurity, right? Like just feeling.
So it makes it hard. So, I'm praying that my king find me soon. And
your king will find you. They're out there.
That'll be the next chapter, of my life. But right now I've just been enjoying what I'm doing. I love to travel, so I want to get into traveling and eating and doing new things.
Oh yeah, we could be friends. I'm a travel fanatic, and I basically live to eat great food.
Yes.
So I was going to ask you what you do for fun, because I know at this stage in your career you're all over the place. I mean, literally all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And so what is it that you do for yourself? What do you do for fun? What do you do for self-care?
My favorite self-care is the beach. I love going to the beach to just unwind. That's another reason why I moved back home, because it's like I love the beach.
There's no water.
The water is my place of peace. And then, self-care, like going to get a massage. I try to do that like monthly. Different, just get your facials and your nails and stuff done for yourself. But I don't like, now that I've had to work the last few years, like being in the club behind the scenes, I don't like to just go to the club, That's like, it became work to me. Even though it's fun work, it's still, work. So I just like the opposite of that. I like to chill, relax. Beach is my favorite. But to be able to just vacation, get away, see different places, like that excites me.
Nice. All right, very good. And so you said the next phase is that you want to step into A&R type roles. And what type of artists do you think you're looking to develop?
Definitely rap, hip hop, and I would even do R&B and pop.
Okay. All right, so you brought it up again, rap. So now, of course, you got to spit. You got to spit. You got to spit. I need just a taste.
All right. Since you know, I know.
You knew it was coming. I almost forgot until you said hip hop again.
All right. I am hot fire lava, bomber cloud shatter, Ross pun them Ross, make them fall pun them Ross. I be the Empress, pussy was Countess, nah them no want that. Bust two, bop bop, insane in the membrane, against the grizzane. Every other sentence start to mention my nissane. Raw be that one, you know the girl that won the truth, just a real authentic woman in and outside of the booth.
Hey! And you shocked me with the Jamaican accent. I was not expecting that. I love it.
Yes,
I love it. How does that feel? How does that feel for you?
Like, it's funny. It's fun. It's all good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm just really all about the culture.
Yes.
Just having fun, good time, good vibes, positive energy. So.
I love it. I love it. So you need to get together with your brother, the DJ. Yeah. And, you know, just for fun, hit the mic a little bit. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, we clown all the time. Like, my bro is, like, my best friend. Like, he has the big sound system at the crib, so we have a good time. Shout out
I want to come to one of your house parties, like one of your family parties, right? Jamaicans, the DJ, got you up on the mic. I can tell that would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, well, good. Thank you for sharing that with me. I know how it is sometimes when you've moved on from it. I was a singer
lot of people
in my past life.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
A lot of people have been asking me to spit something lately, so, you know, I might have to post that clip for them.
Yes!
They be killing me with this because a lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
You know, that's what I was doing. A lot of times people meet you where you're at and they feel like, oh, she's with Ross, so he made her.
Right.
I've been grinding for a long time before that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it is like the old you, not the queen
the former,
that you stepped
the
into.
Former life.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I do appreciate you sharing not only your time, but your story, your spit, like all this with us today. It was great to get to know you better.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for, I appreciate you for inviting me. The ladies behind the scene are doing their thing,
on
So I'm really excited to see an all-women's production.
Yes. My whole company is women. And predominantly,
this is something I want to do.
They're all black. I think they're all black women.
Can we get a cheers to success for the black women doing their thing?
Opening doors,
yes.
For sure. And so I know that I want you to share your Instagram handle because you probably don't work with everybody anyway. You already got your hands full with the big boss. But if they want to follow you or connect with you?
I work with a lot of independent artists. Shout out to them because Hidden Gems Entertainment Media Group.
Okay.
Yeah, they keep me going. So, at Empress Raw. Make sure you follow me at EMPRESSRAW. And that's on Instagram, Twitter. I don't really do Facebook too much, but I do have one. But Instagram, Twitter, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for joining for another episode of Living Room Wisdom. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe on Spotify because you might be actually watching this interview there. And then make sure that you follow all of the different podcast channels, whichever platform you like best. Follow Living Room Wisdom, and we look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday with a new video with another amazing woman on Living Room Wisdom. So namaste. I love you. Go out there and be the badass that you are. We'll see you next week.